Hey everybody, good morning and welcome to My EdTech Live. Thank you so much for making us part of your morning. Those of you that are just waking up and having that first sip of coffee, or you're already sitting down eating some breakfast. If you're watching, thank you so much and appreciate all of your support. I am your host, Fonz, or otherwise known as Tech Teacher 1381 on Twitter. And today we have a wonderful guest who is a Valley native, here from my area. And now she's up and she's taking her talents, kind of like LeBron James. She picked up and took her talents up to Austin. So I want you to meet Stephanie Galvan Russell, who is our special guest today, otherwise known also as the Lispy Librarian on Twitter. And today we have a great show. We're going to be talking about vlogging and blogging. So it's going to be a vlogging and blogging good time. Stephanie's going to share some amazing resources, some of the amazing work that she does. So for all of our viewers that are watching us, keep in mind that we're not only on YouTube, but we are also on Facebook. We are on Twitch and Periscope. So go ahead and you can follow us there as well. And then you can go ahead and even rewatch the show if you missed anything, because I know it's going to be jam-packed full of resources. So Stephanie, thank you so much for being here this morning. I really appreciate you taking the time to just share some of the wonderful things that you do. I know that I see you very active on social media, and I am just very in awe of what you're doing. And this is a platform for you to just share with our audience what you're doing, and then that way they can go ahead and connect with you. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to my guest here, Stephanie, and she can introduce herself a little bit more and give us a little bit more of a background. Stephanie, floor is yours.
Thanks. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super duper excited to be here. Like Fawn said, I'm a Valley native. I was born and raised in San Benito and picked up and moved to College Station when I was 18. And after a few years of working in Bryan, I moved back to the Valley, and now I live in Austin with my husband and our 3 dogs. So I'm super excited to be here and share my love of vlogging and blogging with you. I'm going to start my presentation. And I'm going to share what vlogging is, kind of how I got started, and then I'm also going to show you how you can get started in your own vlog.
Awesome. I'm really excited about that, because Stephanie, like, as you're continuing to share this, a lot of people might just be a little scared, putting themselves out there. And I wrote a blog post earlier today, it's okay. Just put yourself out there, be creative, and just go out there and inspire people. And that's exactly what Stephanie does. She inspires many, as we have our viewers here that are putting some comments here. Best librarian ever. All right. So she must be doing something right, guys. So, I'm really excited about this, because I know I'm going to be learning. And this is kind of my personal plea with Stephanie that we're sharing with the world. All right, Stephanie, take over.
For sure. Vlogging is very scary once you get into it. There's my mouse. I couldn't find it. So like Fawn said, I'm Stephanie Galvan Russell. I am a certified Texas librarian. This is my 9th year as an educator. Before I was a librarian, I taught 2nd grade, 5th grade science, and 6th grade math. And I also did a semester stint in kindergarten, and I'm never going back to that one. Now I finally found my home in middle schools, and it truly is the best job ever. I love being in middle schools. I am the chair of the Texas Maverick Graphic Novel Reading List Committee. I'm on the Intellectual Freedom Committee, and I've won a bunch of awards. And I've spent the summer kind of growing myself and earning all these badges. You can see I'm just kind of like I'm like a badge addict, and
badge life. That's what it's all about. Badges are life for sure.
Yeah. Summer learning all kinds of new stuff so that I can help my teachers when we go back in whatever they want to push out to their kiddos. I just got my Microsoft Innovative Educator Trainer badge, and I just applied to be a Google trainer. So fingers crossed I get that badge soon too. All right. So some of the best advice I've ever received, yay, hi, Oscar, was at the first TLA that I ever attended in 2017. And Amy from Fried Technology was doing a session on using videos in the classroom and how you can use videos for student feedback. And everybody you could tell, got real uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to be on video. I don't want people see me talking and put myself on the internet. And she said, People watch you speak in their presence every day, and no one has exploded yet. It was something that really resonated with me. Like, you're right. Nothing bad has happened. And people watch us speak every day. And when I mean people, I mean kids, right? Kids are the most judgmental people out there. And when I say I work in middle school, I mean, like, middle school kids are going to be like, Miss, you need to get your eyebrows done. Well, yeah. And when I talk second grade, my kids would be like, Miss, are you sick? And I'd be like, no, I'm just not wearing makeup today. And they'd be like, ooh, you need to go put your makeup on. Like, kids are super judgmental. But at the end of the day, you're doing it. You just have to do it and do your best and just get out there and do what you want to do.
That's excellent. I agree with you on that. And like I mentioned earlier, there may be a lot of people right now that are watching that want to do something, but they're just scared to put themselves out there and just really explore, and just get creative. But, you never know who you might be inspiring. And like you said, people are going to see you, they're going to watch you every day. Some may like you, some may not, but that shouldn't hold you back from really just putting yourself out there and just inspiring others.
Exactly. My husband tells me every day, haters gonna hate. You may as well give them something to talk about.
But they're still talking, right?
Exactly. Your number one fan and your number one hater are the same person. They're still watching your stuff. Who cares? My number one fan is a fight between my husband and my mom, and they argue over who watches my stuff more. But at the end of the day, they're still watching, they're promoting, and they and the other teachers that I do this for are the people that I do it for. I don't do it for the people that are like, oh my God, why are you doing this? Why are you making videos of yourself talking? You're so vain. Like, well, that's your opinion, and I don't really care. I like doing it. It's fun.
Yeah.
So what is a vlogger? When I first started vlogging, my grandma would be like, Stephanie, ¿qué es un vlog? You mean blog? You're saying it wrong, mija. And I'd be like, no, a vlog with a V. And so a vlogger is a person who regularly posts videos to a blog. It's a video blog. And video blogs can be used for everything, but the main form is, of course, a video. I love, love, love vlogging. I can figure out a reason to use a vlog in any situation. Some of the vlogs that I follow have nothing to do with education. I follow like weightlifting vlogs. Oh, Karina. I follow other educators, but I follow like cooking vlogs. Like when you watch a cooking show, it's a vlog. It's just somebody who's documenting.
Yes.
Yeah, it's somebody documenting their journey in cooking. And my favorites are the ones with failures, like the America's worst cooks and like kid cooks that are just awful, absolutely terrible, but they're sharing those failures. And that's what's important about vlogging, is sharing that journey. And making sure that people see you being real. Like in my vlogs, I do a maybe in 3 takes and I'm messing up half of the time, but I'm like, who cares? People need to see you being real. And that's what vlogging is. It's you being real, sharing whatever your message is.
And I like that you say that. There was an article that I shared with my teachers because, now that we're doing remote learning and, teachers get screencastify with this and that and everything. I tell teachers, it's a one take video. Don't worry so much about the production, because if you're worried about production, you're going to spend hours just making sure that you do that. It's all about, giving the content. That's what you want, just being genuine. It's like if you're in the classroom. So like, I love what you said too, because oftentimes prior to this show, and I would do multiple takes because it had to be perfect. But then at the same time, when I talk to people, when they say, well, do you do any post-production for the podcast or anything? I was like, no, because I want it to be authentic. I want it to be genuine, and what you see is what you get. And so I just put it out there without doing any post. But because again, you want that genuine audience, you want that feedback. And like you said, you want people to see you be real. If you mess up, if you mispronounce something, hey, it's live and that's life. That's the way it happens.
I get the same questions. People ask me like, oh, do you know how to do this and this? Do you know how to clip other videos in? Do you know how to, bring in other stuff or like touch up what you say? And I'm like, nope, no idea how to do any of that because I don't do it. You get what you get. So we're going to talk first. Let's talk about why. Why should you vlog? Oh, you going to go? There it is. Okay. So I love vlogging because I really and truly believe in work smarter, not harder. And I think and I speak way faster than I type or write. So when I tried to do actual typed out blogs and blog posts, I can't do it because I'm sitting there and I'm going, right? I'm just going and typing and just getting my thoughts out there. And then when I go back to edit it, I'm like, oh my God, that is absolute trash. None of it makes sense. It's just rambling. There's no organization. But when I'm speaking, I can keep myself going. And this is a very unpopular opinion. And I really hurt some feelings last night when I had Karina and some other librarian friends in the RGV library squad looking at my slides. I cannot read written blog posts. I either end up forgetting that I'm subscribed to someone, or I will just delete the emails. I can't do it because so many blog posts feel like you're reading an essay. And like I said earlier, I was a math teacher. I specifically did not teach ELA because I can't read essays. I can't do it. I can read a book because I'm intrigued by it, but I can't read an essay.
Yeah.
So I vlog because I myself don't really care to sit and read an entire blog post, but I can watch
Yes.
the video, or I can put it on the side while I'm doing something else, or I can put my phone down with the YouTube playing and do something else. You know, I don't have to be focused on the one thing. And my vlog started because when I was getting my master's in the Sam Houston Library Science program, you have to keep a blog where you're keeping tracks of the YA books that you're reading. And I hated it. I was so bad at it because I would forget. And I would forget to do my blog post. And then weeks later, I'd be like, crap, I forgot what this book was about because I read it. And now I have no idea what to write my blog post about. And I figured out, because then I couldn't do vlogs, but I figured out if I recorded myself speaking, I could listen to it and then type it out as I went. So I just ended up transferring them from videos to text. And I wanted to keep that going, but I was so busy that I didn't have a way to keep track of like typing out these blog posts. And I finally saw that Amy Mayer at TLA. And I was that person that was like, I don't want to be on camera. You know, I have a lisp. When I get excited, I don't want people to see me lisping. And I don't want to be, you know, that guy. And then people are like, oh my God, you have a speech impediment. Like, exactly.
Yes.
And I just got to where I was like, you know what? I don't care. So this started as a way just for me to practice my public speaking. I hate public speaking. I get super anxious. Like I start sweating. And so this has been a way for me to practice public speaking in a safe, contained environment and still sharing my love of book reviews and literacy and being able to get me out of my comfort zone. So when people ask, like, how do you get started? I tell them, do you talk to yourself? That's step one. You got to talk to yourself. Step two, record yourself talking to yourself. My stepdaughter's 9, and she told us she wants to be a YouTuber when she grows up. And I was like, all right, let's practice unboxings. You're going to start recording yourself talking to yourself. And she's like, oh, this is weird. And I'm like, yeah, it's weird, but you just do it. And that's how you get started. You just got to get out of that comfort zone and just do it. So in 2016, in order to figure out a way to share my love of literacy, because at the core of librarianship, it's truly about literacy, you know, media literacy, information literacy, obviously book literacy. And I wanted to figure out how can I share all these things that I'm doing, all these things that I love in my safe place on videos. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to make a vlog. And so Lispy Librarian was born. At the time, it was between the lifting librarian, because my husband and I are weightlifters, or we were. I'm retired. He's just not training right now. And Lispy. And when I was talking to Dr. Perry from Sam Houston, and I was trying to figure out the name, she was like, well, do you want this to be focused on weightlifting and being a librarian, or on you? And, you know, think about where you can truly get that good audience, that core audience you want. And so I thought, you know, if the whole reason that I don't want to be on camera and I don't want to do videos is because I have a lisp, that's what I'm going to use. Because I want kids who have a stutter or who have a lisp or, you know, who have those same problems I do. to know that it's okay. That's not a reason for you not to do something. It's not a reason to let something hold you back. You just do it. And so Let's Be Librarian was born in October 2016, started as just a little old blog with my mom as a subscriber. And now I've got 211, I think, as of last night. So it's been quite the journey. And now I love vlogging, and I share it with everybody that I talk to. Vlogging is truly everything. You cannot tell a kid they can't vlog. Kids of any age can vlog, whether they're little in pre-K all the way up to old people. Anyone can vlog. All you need is a camera, a screen of some sort, and you. That's it. Kids of any age can vlog. So when I'm in my library, my kids love Flipgrid because they all watch YouTube, right? And they all start their videos with, "Hi, I'm blah, blah, blah." And then they end it with, "Thanks for watching."
And that's something that's amazing, going back to what you're saying, I love the way that you inspire people, just because you said, just because I may have a lisp doesn't, it's okay. I can overcome that. And I just want to inspire others to say, hey, everything's okay. It's all about just you being you. But going back here to the libraries and education, oh my goodness, kids, they love to be on camera. But I've also heard the other side too, or I've seen the other side where like, no, I don't want to do Flipgrids. But then those are the same kids that are, around the corner in the hall, like doing TikTok videos, but they don't want to do a Flipgrid. So it's kind of funny in that sense. But yeah, I think once you put something like this in front of them and you amplify that voice, amplify student voice, I mean, I think they just get comfortable with themselves and they start seeing like, hey, you know what? This isn't bad, and they work on those presentational speaking skills.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I tell them. You don't want to be on Flipgrid, but you're over there doing your TikTok dances. No. You can do your TikTok dance in your Flipgrid while you're talking. Just
there you go.
There's that kid on YouTube who does toy unboxings, and
yes.
And he's made like more money than I'll ever make in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Unboxings, and all he does is open toys. Anyone can vlog. Like I said, I follow weightlifting vlogs. Cooking shows are vlogs. And the true thing that I love, 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 love about vlogging is, like I said, I'm from the Valley. I am always thinking of our English language learners. Always. And now that I live in Austin, I have a completely different view of English language learners, because this school year, I had kids from Japan who came with zero level of understanding of English. I had kids who were from India. I had a student from Italy who's the sweetest little baby I've ever met in my life. I've had kids from everywhere. And what I've had them do is practice speaking in a safe place, like Flipgrid, or just recording themselves talking. And they love it because they all watch YouTube. And then I'll have them listen to what they said and then write it down, transcribe what you just watched yourself speak, and then read it to yourself. So you're practicing those ELPs that we have to ingrain, excuse me, that we have to embed into our TEKS anyway that we're teaching. So now, then they're going to be able to go backwards. They're going to be able to read something and then write it and then listen to what they said and speak better and be able to improve those communication skills. And like you said, they improve their presentation skills just by talking. And the really cool thing is they don't realize that they're improving until they've improved. And then they're like, I see what you did.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you. I think and I've shared this story on several blogs or, the several shows, but, I agree with you with ELP students. I would put a Chromebook in front of them, and sometimes the student was just very shy and they didn't want to speak because they just felt self-conscious because they maybe pronunciation and they didn't want to do that. But putting, a Chromebook in front of them when they created a Google slide and then they did Screencastify to do their voiceover, those kids were just improving drastically. And then all of a sudden there was just a difference in them, their confidence. And then later on, they were just, can I go present up in the front now? And so it was just great to see that growth. And like you said, they don't know that they've improved until it's like, oh, look at that. Yeah, I see what you did there. Exactly the way you say that. Yeah. And that to me was the most rewarding thing, like, being in the classroom or in any situation, just seeing a student just kind of that little light bulb went off and it's like, oh my gosh, look at what I'm able to do now. And so that's awesome. I love it. That's really inspiring.
And like I said, do you talk to yourself? Then you can vlog. The only difference is that other people are going to watch you talk to yourself. When I vlog my book reviews, it's just me talking to the camera. Occasionally I'll pull the book up or I'll show the cover on my phone, but it's basically just me talking to myself. And so like I tell everybody, you talk to yourself and you record it. That's all a vlog is. So we've talked about why and why I vlog and why vlogging is amazing. So now I'm going to share how you can start a vlog. So before you even think of recording, you have to have a plan. What are you going to talk about? So have an idea of what you're going to say ahead of time. I'm what's called a pantser. I don't really plan like a script of what I'm going to say, but sometimes I'll do an outline or I'll do my video once and then I'll watch it, think about what I said, and then re-record it. So like I said before, I only do max 3 takes. And that's usually about all the planning I do. But you should have a purpose and know who you're talking to. If I'm making a book review for my kids, I know that it's going to have to be 3 to 5 minutes. 5 minutes is almost too long for them, but 3 minutes max. If I'm making a book review for other educators or just putting it on YouTube, I can go maybe up to 10 minutes and get away with it. But you never want to go longer than your audience can pay attention. I've seen vlogs that go for like 45 minutes and I'm like, yeah, I'm tired of watching you speak already. Like, cut it off. Know what you're saying. You don't want to ramble and have a purpose. Think about, why should someone care about what you're saying? If it's a book review, like what I do, cool. Then you want to share what you loved about that book and maybe also what you didn't like. When I'm making videos for my kids, I always tell them what I didn't like so that later they come back and they're like, Miss Russell, I liked what you didn't like about it, and I think you're wrong. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's have a discussion about this. Kids always want to argue. But you always want to be able to know what you're going to say ahead of time. And what you'll need is a computer with a webcam, like I said, even just a phone. I've done vlogs at TCEA where I'm just recording off my phone. You've got to be shameless. You've got to be able to talk to yourself a lot and be animated. When you're vlogging, it's just your face most of the time. So you can't just sit there and just talk. You've got to have the eyes. You've got to have, all those facial expressions. You've got to use your hands. You've got to somehow get people engaged with what you're saying. Otherwise, they're just sitting there watching you sit and speak. Obviously, you need an internet connection and a place to put your videos. I put mine on Google Drive, and then with Screencastify, I just push them out to YouTube. And then from YouTube, I embed them into my Weebly. It sounds like a lot of app smashing and work, but it's really not. And then just remember, your audience is going to judge you either way. You may as well have fun with it. Have a good time with it. Your kids are going to judge you either way. Make them laugh, tell jokes, attempt a TikTok dance. Make them engage with what you're doing. I had a MacBook Pro. I just got a MacBook Air. When my husband was like, you don't need a MacBook, it's too expensive. And I was like, no, I need it because the camera, I need that good camera. So I started with just using a Chromebook, and the camera was decent. There's nothing wrong with it. And I would just use Screencastify, which is a Chrome extension. But now using my MacBook, I can record, like maybe I've been at conferences where I didn't have Wi-Fi, or, in hotels where they don't always want to share the Wi-Fi because they're pinche. Then, I just record and save it to my hard drive. Either way, I'm just recording what I'm saying onto my computer. I love, love, love Screencastify. This this screenshot I took when I was using Screencastify Lite. I pay for the pro version of Screencastify now. It's only $25 for a year. And the videos can go up to 10 minutes, and there's editing that I don't do, but it just gives you a little more. But I love Screencastify because I can kind of make it like what we're doing with the picture in the bottom, or I can just record myself speaking, or I can record my whole screen and what I'm doing. So any kind of thing that I want to do using a screen and a camera, I can do. Oh, for sure. Screencastify, with videos in Buncee are awesome. And then you can even app smash the Flipgrid Shorts camera and put that into Wakelets. Yeah, or you can put that into pretty much anything. So any kind of camera that you can use and record, use it. Like I said, I use Screencastify. You can use it to record your screen for tutorials. My teachers are constantly emailing and asking, can you make us a tutorial on how to do this? I've had other librarians ask, can you make a tutorial on how we use Canvas? Because, hey, Vilia, Austin ISD uses Canvas. And as a librarian, you know, I tried to learn everything I could about it and then share that with my teachers. The Screencastify is only available on your desktop or your laptop, and that's one thing that I get really sad about is there's no mobile version. But if you have an iPhone, they have the new screen recorder options. You can always do that if you want to do a mobile tutorial. And then Screencastify automatically saves to your Google Drive, and then you can push it out to YouTube after your initial recording. There are different screen recorders out there. I just use Screencastify because it was the first one I found, and it's the easiest one for me to use. There's other ones. There's like PlayPause, which I use for school stuff where I want the kids to pause and think about what I said or answer questions. You can use your cell phone camera. You can use other extensions, or you can just use your good old-fashioned camera. Like if you have an old digital camera, just set it up on a flat surface and start talking. You know, anything that has a camera and you just start talking and do it. And then you hit record. So yeah, it's going to be scary and you're going to feel dumb. When I was in high school and I was in cheerleading, they used to tell us you have to do facials in everything you do, in dances and cheers and everything. You got to make your face engaging. And I'd always be like, I feel so stupid. And our coach would tell us the dumber you feel, the better you're doing. So if you feel silly, you're doing great. You know, you just got to do it. And one of my favorite Macklemore lyrics is when he's talking about Nikes. You know, they told me to just do it. And I listened to what the swoosh said. You just do it. You get out there, you push record. Even if no one's going to see your video and you're making them just for you to practice, you just do it and you do your best. And then I believe in you. You got this. You're a rock star. Everyone can do this. I've had friends who will send me their links to private YouTube videos or to the Google Drive videos and say, can you watch my vlog and give me pointers? And I'm always like, yes, this is amazing. I believe in you. I believe in what you're doing. Everyone can do this. And fake it until you make it. You know, like I told y'all, my kids, they start their Flipgrid videos with, hi, welcome to my channel. And at the end, they're saying, thanks for watching. See you later. Hit subscribe. So if our kids can fake it in a Flipgrid video, fake it and act like we're big YouTubers. You know, every big YouTuber started with 0 subscribers. You know, we all start as beginners. And then you get there. You know, if your dream is to be a big YouTuber, do it. Just learned when you hit 100 subscribers on your YouTube channel, you get your customized link. When you hit 10,000, they send you a plaque. And I told my husband, I want that plaque. And he's like, okay, we'll get there. You just, you know, you got to get there first. And I'm like, yes, I got to 100. I got my custom link. And when I hit 200, I was dancing around my house like, yes, slow, small steps.
Yes.
You know, everybody starts at the beginning and you just keep going and act like you know what you're doing.
And that's what I love. I mean, it's just all about you, just having some fun and people, like you said, just being genuine.
Yeah, you're just having fun. So these are some examples of what I've used my vlog for. Like I said, tutorials, book talks are my thing. Doing conference recaps. When I go to TCEA and TLA, I do every evening, I do a quick recap of either what I learned over the day or who I saw, or just little quick things that I did while I was there. I tell teachers, when you're tired, and you know, sometimes we stay up too late doing adult things, or maybe you went to see Avengers at midnight the night before and you didn't go to bed till 5 a.m. If you're tired, a screencast is amazing because you can teach your kids one time and they can watch it 1,000,000 times. You don't even have to reteach. They can watch it over and over and over. It's awesome. In December, I had bronchitis and laryngitis, so I physically could not speak and teach my kids all day long. So I would make my videos in my office, and then I would share those videos with my kids in Canvas, so they weren't missing their research lessons. They were just watching them. And then they would even tell me, Miss Russell, I like your videos better than your actual teaching because I can slow it down, or I can speed it
Yes.
up, or I can pause, or I can rewatch when I have a question. And that's when the kids love it. Kids love videos more than things that are live. So you may as well meet them where they are and do what they like.
And that
Go
was
ahead.
something I wanted to share with you because this week I did a Screencastify training with my teachers. And I said, the power of video. And I just shared with them, what can be done. And I mentioned the exact same thing that you said also that I love. It's like the students can pause and play a video. And I said, let's face it, when you're in the classroom, if a student tries to pause you, it could be like, oh, like, I need to keep going and things like that sort. But at home, you put it in Google Classroom or you put it in Canvas, they can pause and play and rewatch continually. So that's one thing that I love about video there.
And then when the parents need help, because the parents are always trying to
Mm-hmm.
help, they watch the
Then,
same video.
yep.
Yeah. You can share your lessons. So whenever I think of a really cool lesson that I'm doing with my students, I will record it later and then share it on my YouTube channel and say, hey, librarians, look at this really cool thing that I did or that I'm thinking of doing. Here, take it and run with it. And then sharing other tools with others. When I started using Screencastify at school, I made a tutorial for my teachers on how to use it and how to share it with other educators. And so just sharing everything I learn is a huge thing that I love doing. And being able to do that through vlogs is so much fun. And then you build your website. Let me see if this will go. This is the mobile version of my blog. No. Nope. Maybe not. Oh, there it goes. Okay, cool. So like I said, I use YouTube to house my videos, and then I embed them into my Weebly. So these are just some recent videos I did. And this is the iPhone screen recorder. So this wasn't anything fancy. I just recorded off my phone.
That is awesome. That is really cool.
Thanks. And then like I said, I put my videos on YouTube so that I can embed them later and promote them. And it's just a lot easier to share that YouTube link than it is to share the long Weebly link. So I'll put them on Google Drive where they get saved, and then I push them out to YouTube, and then they live on my channel. And I love Screencastify because, like I said, it auto saves all your videos in your Google Drive for you. You don't even make the folder. It automatically makes that folder for you. And then I don't have to worry about losing them. If I'm saving the videos onto my hard drive, I forget where I put them, what I named them, what the folder was, where they are, and then they're gone. And sometimes, you're running out of memory space on your computer. With Google Drive and with Screencastify automatically saving there, I don't have to worry about any of that. I know where the videos are going to be, and I know that I don't have to worry about running out of space. And I had to throw my shameless self-promotion out there. Karina, Q the librarian, and I just had our first episode of our first show, Tech It Over with Q and Lispy. We are talking about tech in education as well as bringing in women in technology. Our first guest will be my other best friend, Michelle Gonzalez, Mika. She is a special education department chair in Harlingen. She's an amazing resource for SPED stuff. I call her all the time and say, hey, I've got a kid with a 504. I need help. How do I accommodate them with this and this that I'm doing? She's an amazing resource. And so we're going to have her sharing how you can use technology in SPED. Karina just got someone from Bunsey for the show after that. Our first show was this past Wednesday, and it'll be every other Wednesday. So our next one will be August 12th, I believe. So yeah, that's another vlog that I'm doing. We're just talking and bringing people in to talk to us, kind of like what you're doing.
Exactly. And I mean, that's the whole point of the show too. Like I said, even when we were doing pre-show, it's like, hey, let's be like, this show is all you, and again, because I'm learning from it. So I love to think of these shows as personal PD,
Mhm.
because I get to learn from the subject matter expert, the educator, just like you, and then the audience gets to hear that. But not only that, then it's already there in the YouTube channel, and they just go back and rewatch and get to learn, and it's just something that's continuous there, and it's just about connecting educators one show at a time. That's my new thing, my EdTech life, connecting educators one show at a time. And I love this that you were here. Karina was also a guest here on our show,
Yeah.
and it's great because it's so wonderful to see just us connecting here, having ties to the valley, and still, even though you may be up in Austin, you're still here in the show, and your presence is still here because of what you're doing and your vlogs that you're sharing. And many librarians, the RGV Library Squad, and all the librarians, not only here in the Rio Grande Valley, but around the world that may be watching your stuff. That's something that's amazing. And just to think that what you're doing is reaching the masses, and it's getting there one person at a time, and people are learning, they're sharpening their skill sets, and it's awesome. That's what it is, just being able to inspire people with just you being you being real and authentic. And I love it. I mean, I told Karina, it's like I didn't get to watch the show because I had class that night, but definitely caught up with that. And I'm really excited because that's something that's very important too as well, women in tech. And so I love that you promoted this. And so guys, please, whenever you get a chance, follow them on Twitter, Lispy Librarian, follow Q the Librarian on Twitter as well. And of course, go check out Tech It Over with Q and Lispy, because it's gonna be a bomb show for sure. They just definitely gonna bring the awesome sauce. And if you thought Stephanie brought the awesome sauce just here on her own, when these two get together, I mean, that awesome sauce just boom, it's dynamite. So go ahead and make sure you follow them on all their social media. I know Q is also on Instagram. I'll let Stephanie also share where you can find her as well. But again, guys, this is just real. It's like Stephanie says, it's just a vlog. We are just documenting our learning, being genuine, and just sharing some wonderful resources with every single one of you. All right. So Stephanie, let us know also, what else are you up to and where we can find you?
I am everywhere. My YouTube is Lispy Librarian. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I've got a Pinterest and a Tumblr page, but I don't really know how to use the Tumblr very much. I just have it. But you can find me everywhere and anywhere. And I'm also on Gmail. You can just email me if you need something. But I'm always just a DM away if anyone needs anything. Or like I said, if you want me to watch one of your practice vlogs, I'm happy to do it. And you can find me on all my socials, anywhere you want to find me. I'm Lispy Librarian everywhere. But yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm super duper excited that I got to share. And like Arina said, you inspired us to start our show.
Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And like I said, and just to be honest and genuine with you too, and with our audience, I mean, going back to what Stephanie is saying, it's just about putting yourself out there. This is something that I had in mind 3 years ago, but I was like, I can't, putting myself out there. People are going to be watching, and then you just comes a time where you just say, you face that fear, and you just say, hey, you know what, I'm going to go for it. People may watch, people may not. Maybe one person will get inspired, but my mindset was, if what we're doing helps, even if it's just for one person, then to me it's totally worth it. And the ability, the how awesome it's been that I've been able to have guests such as yourself, Karina. I had James here from Wakelet. I've got people that are coming in, but it's just all about making those connections. And for me, like Kim Matina says, throwing her a shout out because she's going to be on her show and I'm going to be on her show. But she does hashtag Pay It Forward, and this is really me just paying it forward for all the people that have inspired me and that I learned from. I want others to also learn from them as well. And so that's the whole point of this show, is just bringing those subject matter experts as yourselves that I find that are, man, these people are on top of their game and they're really helping out. Like Karina, well, even Karina, but also Stephanie, they're a DM away, guys. I'm a DM away. And if we don't have the answers for you, we'll definitely connect you with somebody that can have those answers for you. But just get started, get inspired, go for it. And what's the worst that can happen? You're going to be helping and inspiring other people. that's what can happen. All right. So thank you so much, Stephanie, for just being so awesome and just being so real, and just love sharing your story as to how the name Lispy Librarian came about, and let that be inspiration to many others that are out there that may feel like, no, I can't. Yes, you can. Si Stephanie pudo, todos pueden también. We all can. Sí se puede.
Mhm.
So just continue with that. And thank you so much, Stephanie. It's been a pleasure. All our audience members, thank you so much. Please stay tuned right now, because what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and pop in a link here. It's going to be a Google form, and then I can go ahead and pick some winners for today's show, where you will get our holographic stickers and some die cut stickers. And I will be sharing those with you, and I'll be sharing the winners later today. Also, Stephanie, or this show with Stephanie, will also be up on Anchor within a couple, maybe within the hour. And I'm going to share the Wakelet page where you can find all our past shows and podcasts. So you can go ahead and check that out and not miss out. And then I just ask, just give us a like, subscribe to our channel, because we'll have some amazing guests lined up for the following weeks. And again, it's all about connecting educators one show at a time, connecting everybody one show at a time. So thank you everybody for being here. I really appreciate all your comments. And Steph, you had some amazing support here. You had some amazing people that were watching. Aside from Q, we had Vilia here. We also had, I believe, I think it was Joshua, or yeah, Joshua was here also. My friend Oscar. And I mean, they were all just tuning in to what you were saying. So I'm really excited for what's to come. And, please, guys, subscribe to her channel as well. Just show the love, guys. We're here for you. We're putting ourselves out there and just sharing what we love with you.
And
Stephanie, any parting words?
Yeah, if you share who won your giveaway form, I have some stickers and I'll send those too.
Awesome. Look at that. Hey, it's a 2-for-1 today. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I really appreciate it. I will go ahead and share that out and send you that information. And guys, so today, not only do you get my EdTech Life stickers, but you also get Lispy Librarian stickers, probably the best stickers that money can't buy. So you're getting them for free. And all we ask is, hey, just share our stuff. I mean, we're here, we're putting ourselves out there for you, and we love every single one of you. Okay, guys? So thank you for everything. I really appreciate it. And till next time, stay techie, my friends.
Bye.